Hey there everyone, it's Thakard, and welcome back to a new tutorial for Sunkenland. Today I join you on the screen because I am going to be playing through the first 2 days of the game. Now I'm doing this so you can kind of see what I do to accelerate my progress to make it a little easier getting into the mid-game, you know, when people start attacking you. Alright, so we're going to grab my guy here, and we're going to make a brand new world, and we're going to call it Thakard's 2-day world. There you go. And I'm going to set everything to hard because I've noticed, and we've done a little light testing on this, that the difficulty level seems to affect the amount of stuff you get when you are gathering resources. It seems to be a little bit harder to get resources on hard than it is on the easier difficulties. So if I can get my stuff here, you guys should be able to get it on any difficulty level. All right, so let's get in here. The things that we're going to be concentrating on are kind of the stuff that I covered in that very first tips video. So things like building our settlement with scrap, getting our fins online, getting a backpack online, just different things to start off. And the first thing we're going to worry about is getting the fins, because that will allow us to be, not necessarily be underwater for longer, but be able to do more stuff while we are underwater for that given period of time. All right, so I'm going to need 3 of these skins to make the flippers themselves. Come back here. Well, you guys just don't want to cooperate, do you? Also makes coming to the surface a lot easier when you do need some oxygen. All right. We got him. All right. Now he's going in circles. Wonderful. Makes it a little easier for us to get him. Oh, nice. And this guy's going in circles as well. Okay, there we go. We got our 2 pieces. The next thing I'm going to do is we are going to head straight to the apartments. Now, this is our island right there. Let me get close enough so where it appears on the map for you. All right, Castaway Island. What we're going to do is we're going to be headed out this direction. We're going to be going up to the northwest here. And if you're trying to figure out which direction it is, there's this little shelf of pavement in this 2-story building here. If you swim straight out past these guys, you'll soon see some buildings on the bottom here. That is where we are headed specifically. And this is the apartments. Now, the reason why we are going here is because, one, we need cloth to make our fins. Because to make our fins, we need to make some rope, and ropes cost 3 cloth each. The other thing we can need cloth for is the sack, and this will give us more storage, and that's 6 cloth and 1 rope. So altogether, we need, was that 6, 12, 15? If I did the math right. Never do math live in a recording. But the apartments have lots of sources of cloth. And they have a lot of sources of things like food, which we also need in the beginning as well. All right. So I'm going to go grab some water here. We already have 5 here. We're just going to start making up rope as much as we can. Now, we're not going to grab everything right now because we're kind of just focusing on a couple of things. We will go into this safe, though, because it'll have some stuff for us, including, luckily, we got the reinforced structures, so if we wanted to, we could start building with iron. We're not going to, but we're going to grab some stuff. Just, well, that stuff all works. It's kind of nice to have. We have some food here, but first we're going to have to go get another breath of oxygen. We've already started to fill our inventory. So we're going to have to be careful with some of the stuff we pick up. And we're going to leave all that stuff because none of that helps us right now. There we go. Oop. I'll always go after some blueprints. I like blueprints. They're fun. Make me build better, cooler looking stuff. Plus, we can learn them and they just don't take up any space then. Yeah, but the most important thing, I think, is to get your flippers up first, because then you can do more exploring underneath for the air that you have. We'll take that. Oh, that's an electrical box. I thought that was the dumpster over there. We don't need electronics right now, so that was an oopsies on my part. I mean, we could sell some, but we don't need them right now. All right, more foodstuffs. Grab both those. We will need it. And here we go. More cloth. Wonderful. So let's make that, and now we can make that. We got ourselves some flippers. We'll equip them right away, and instantly you see we're already moving much faster. This will make life a lot easier. So we need one more rope. So we need, what, 8 more cloth? If I did my maths right. Like I said, never do maths on stream or in a recording. Now that didn't get us any cloth. Sometimes they will give you some cloth, so. Alright, we'll grab some more food maybe? The rest of that stuff we're going to leave because we just don't need it at this moment in time. Eventually we'll get a farm set up, or we might want to do some fishing, but we're not going to need it right now. All right, so let's get that one set up. And so now all we need to get our backpack is 3 more cloth. Is there anything in here? Nope. And no. Okay. We'll check the dumpster, see if there's anything in the dumpster. Ooh, silly cookies. Alright. The rest of that stuff we'll let sit there for right now. Yeah, the apartments are actually quite large and have a lot of stuff we can use. And they aren't that far of a swim, especially once you get those flippers up and running. Here we go. Come on. Ooh, we got a skirt. Not going to wear the skirt. Not generally my thing. But we are going to equip it right now because, you know, it frees up some space in our inventory. Plus, it does give us some armor. So, you know, there's that. All right, so we have now completed both of our diving fins as well as our sacks. We already have expanded inventory here. I think now we might actually start building our boat. And we're way out here and you're going, Thakard, how are you going to build a boat way out here? Well, you know, we have all the bits and pieces that we need. If we go down here to these cases here, there was also another one in that other building. We're going to grab that. There we go. Let's also grab some more cloth. And remember there was one in here. Up a level? Yep, there it is. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we haven't even set foot on our island yet, which you might go, eh. But we can build ourselves a paddle boat right now. So now we have even more storage that we can use. So we're just going to offload all this stuff. Also, by killing those marlins, look at that. We have 6 fish that we can cook up. So our food sources are really already rocking pretty good. All right, so now that we have our boat or paddle boat there. And you could do it with wood if you wanted the wooden sailing boat as well. I do like the paddle boat. Yes, you do have to press buttons, but you know, it's not that bad. What we're going to be focused on now is grabbing scrap, because we're going to try and get our base set up. Also, we're going to grab some of the red algae, just so we can make some healing supplies for a little later on. Oh, those pants look a little bit more my style. A little, oh, I won't say my style, but a little more my gender. All right. I'm also going to grab some wood, because we are going to want to try and get up some... I think I'm going to try and get up some farming as well. Be nice to get some tradable items, because we're going to be going out to trade on our... oh, maybe this evening. We shall see. All right. Yeah, this here just has a lot of stuff really close together, so it's really easy to get things. We don't really need any rubber right now, but since we're here, we'll grab it. You know what? Let's grab some breath as well. A little bit more cloth. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. A whole bunch of decorative items that aren't necessarily going to do us anything right now, but also some items that we can sell. Excellent. Okay, let's swim over to the boat. We'll offload some of this scrap. We can learn that. Wonderful. What else we got? Offload both those. Don't really need this stuff on my inventory, but that's where it's going to sit for now. So yeah, we're not even into the dark hours, and we already have a boat that is nearly filled with goodies. Oh, we got a diamond ring, wonderful. Yeah, some of this stuff is going to be luck. You know, some of our pulls here from these objects, but you come out here and you take care of this place first, you're going to get stuff that you can use. It's just going to be how it is. And it's a relatively safe area. There aren't any sharks right here, so we can sit here and grab stuff to our heart's content. Obviously, we can come back a little bit later. And it'll get to a point where we will have so much stuff, we will just have boxes and boxes of scrap metal that won't be doing us any good outside of, you know, filling up, being used for things like shotgun shells. So there is always an use for scrap metal. You just can make a whole lot of shotgun shells with all the extra metal you're going to be having around. All right, let's grab... Can I grab a little more wood? Yes, we can. Do make sure that you check out how many things you can put in a stack and kind of know what that is. Obviously, that is changing from time to time here, so I can't take anything else there. So if you know what you can stack, you can always grab just enough and come back for more. All right. Like I said, not really my style, but it does allow me to loot a little bit longer. At some point, I'll come back here and I will do a better look through of things. Make sure we grab everything of true value. How are we doing? All right, that's going to be it. Because if you look, all of our scrap metal are all sitting at 10, I think it was, which means we are pretty much maxed out on our carrying capacity. We won't be for long because we are going to be trying to get a new backpack up probably tomorrow. All right. So let's head towards home. Oh, I wish I could look down and push my little boat. I already miss it, and it just got taken out like less than a week ago. Miss pushing my boat. All right, you guys can build wherever you like to build. That's up to you. I, for some reason, it might be because I'm not very... I don't have grand thoughts on things, or I kind of get set in my ways, but I really like building on top of this rock here for a couple of reasons. One, oh crap, I made that a little too low, so I screwed it up slightly. Oh well, we'll deal with it. It'll be fine. That is not where I told that to go. Okay. Well, where's the hammer? Wasn't going to build a hammer right now, but apparently the game wants me to, so let's build a hammer. Oh, we did have some stuff, okay. Rope and hammer, yeah. Did not intend to build the hammer, but that did not go in the right place. All right. Build. That's okay, game. I gotcha. Sometimes you just gotta kick me and I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Has to show you it's still the boss. One of the nice things about this area is they tend to have the bots tend to have issues kind of moving around this rock. So yeah, there's one spot right there that it won't fit, which is going to make this slightly annoying. So let's swing this around. So you know what? We're going to delete this guy. So yeah, I'm wasting some of my resources, but you know what? It happens. We're okay. I think I'm going to put my door like over here. There we go. I have access right over here. That'll work. Now there's no reason to really get everything set up all in the first night. I'm just trying to get us into a position where we're kind of don't have to worry about anything for the next couple of days. Oops. There we go. So let's set up this area right over here as kind of manufacturing. So this area is going to be our most important manufacturing item, which is our research bench. All right. I could sell those if I wanted to. All right, build research bench. Gonna toss it down right over here. Boom. Now start doing more research. And excuse me, over here, we will start building a kitchen area. I'm gonna expand this out a little bit more as we get more scrap. So I think along this wall right here, as long as it lets me place like a, yeah, well, okay. I'm going to build a little grill right here. All right, there we go. And the next thing we're going to build right over there, going to need a little bit more scrap, is a water purifier. So quickly, we're just going to go down underwater here. There are a couple of really close cars. And we will knock out these vehicles. We just want to make sure that we are back on shore by, well, just about 1900. So we're pushing it, but we should be okay. When I say 1900 hours, I mean on the top left there, or it's really hard to point like this. Top left. That's third piece of information. It says day 1, then it says the time that we've been playing, and then it says the actual in-game time. And once you get to about 1900, it starts to get cold. And we don't want to be cold. All right, so we've set up our grill. Now we're going to set up a water purifier. Wonderful. And we have enough. Yes, we do. And the other thing we will need for our water purifier is a bucket in which to grab water. So we will grab a bucket. We will build it. Grab that. Also grab that wood while we're here. Now, one thing I am not going to do, and you guys can do this, so you can deviate from this. Like I said, this is just kind of what I do. One of the things I will be doing here is I will be leaving the trees on my island alone, just because I really like the look of them. I think it just makes my little playing island here nice. I just like having it, you know? But you guys can tear down all the trees if you want to. One thing I will tear down is all the bushes, all these small bushes, because when you do start to get attacked by people who have ranged weapons, they will hide in the bushes and it is hard to see them. So I will start cooking up the meat. We will also put some wood in here, and we will start making ourselves some fresh water. So here we are. It is just going dusk now. We have our food. We have our food cooking station. We have our water station. We have our research table all set up. Can I grab a lamp? I don't think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough. Not gonna have enough scrap. That's fine. Had we not screwed up that one placement, we probably would have been fine. But I did. So what we're going to do now, we have stuff over here and it's good to go. I'm going to hop on my boat here, or I'm going to make my boat spin out of control. And now that it's dark, we can't go in the water. Because if we go in the water, we instantly start getting cold. You can see the coldness coming in from the outside there. So we're not going to mess with that. What we're going to do instead is we're going to stay out of the water, stay nice and warm. But we want to be really productive on our first couple of days. So what we're going to do is we are going to paddle our boat over to the trader. And we're going to do a couple things. We're going to sell the stuff that we have picked up. And we are also going to loot the heck out of her little area here. Because these are all things that you can loot. She's not going to get angry that you're tearing her place apart. You know, you would think that she would, but she's not going to. Calm down. Thank you. Here we go. All right, so we are going to take all the stuff that is worth money. Just keeping this stuff stored here right now. And move everything else over just so we have as much free space as possible. All right. A lot of these things we're going to be picking up here as well, so.
These
Now,
days, people will take whatever.
I'm sure they will take whatever. Now, we could take whatever as well, but some of the things that will be really important to us are the ore detector. Now, we don't need to buy this right away. You guys can buy this at a later date, and that's perfectly fine. We're actually doing pretty good on food right now. We could bring some lung function boosters so we can stay underwater a little bit longer. Not going to worry about it, though. What I'm going to buy up right now is basically as much of her supply of scrap metal and wood as I possibly can. Maybe a couple pieces of glass as well. Everything else we can get on our own later on. Alright, she needs more than that. Okay, so this is just the stuff we found our first day. We've gotten a whole bunch more useful things to use out of it. I know this is a little bit difficult to see. Alright, hang on, I'm going to change my... Can I not change my... I was looking for... I guess I've never attempted to actually change my brightness. Oh well. Alright. So we're just going to start salvaging everything here. Once I start to get some fiber, I will make a torch so you guys can see a little bit better. But I generally would not, just because I don't need to. Right, there we go. Well, we got a pair of binoculars, which will be helpful later on. Also, we got ourselves a pair of shoes. Not necessarily the biggest need that we will have, but you know what? We will take it. Do we have any cloth? You know what? I might have a piece of cloth on the boat. Let me check. Yes, I do. Okay. Just for you guys, I will make a torch so it's easier to see. Just for all you guys. Alright, there we go. Now you can actually see the tutorial. How nice. But yes, through this second night, we are just going to loot the heck out of this poor lady's housing area. You know, she's lived here. She's gathered all of this stuff for so long, and we're just going to take it all. Game's not going to yell at us if we do it, so guess what? That's what we're going to do. This will allow us to build up our base a little bit more. Got some more food. We're going to eat a little bit more of that. You're going to be getting a lot of sodas, so you don't have to wait until it's like, oh, my soda gives me X amount of, you know, thirst, and wait till that point. If you need the free space, drink the food, or drink the soda, you know? In that case, I was trying to click it and I misclicked, but... Alright, so it's about it's going on 4:30 in the morning here. So it is going to be starting to get warm enough that we will be able to start doing swimming again. Okay. Go back up here. All right. We've maxed out our inventory. I think our boat would hold a little bit more of the scrap. Yep, there we go. Doesn't like holding that much scrap, obviously. It's a little bouncy. All right, there we go. That's all we're going to need for right now. We'll head on home. So what we're going to be trying to do today is get some weaponry set up. That way we can start, one, defending ourselves if we need to. Two, going after things like the sharks so we can get a bigger backpack. And three, going after one of the enemy islands so we can start to mine resources. And if you wanted to keep a little bit more of your resources, like I said, you wouldn't have to start, building your walls. I would kind of build the floor out, but you wouldn't have to build the walls out. All right, let's grab the food. It's over there for right now. All right, so let's make ourselves a container. Just so we can have some stuff stored a little nicer. Where are we going to want our containers? I'm just going to put them right next to the doors. We can move them later on, but I'm just doing this so we can kind of have a place to toss stuff. Now, personally, I like keeping the basic supplies like the scrap and the wood in one place, or even them having their own places. And then having these other resources, which are more specialized, in a different container. And I also would generally take things like decorative items and keep them in their own place as well. All right. Okay, we'll be able to sell that stuff here after a bit. We can always just be going back and forth to that vendor whenever we want to. There we go. Get that cooking. And let's grab everything from the boat here. Take all. Wonderful. Drop that off. I'm going to make another food container here. I think I'm going to make one that it's going to look a little bit different because it's where I'm going to have my food. Plus, also I want it to be able to fit underneath stove. So there we go. Metal chest. This is now a place where we can, I'm going to put all of my food supplies as well as my growing supplies and my medical supplies as well in there. That way they're all in one spot. And here we go. Stick all of our decorative things in there. Excellent. So yeah, easy to just move our food around. Easy peasy. All right, let's also, I'm going to set up a small area over here, kind of be slightly separated from our original area here. Not far. We're going to put it over here. There we go. All right. What we're going to be doing here is going to grab some cloth because I forgot it. But what we are going to be doing is planting some wood. It's like we have quite a bit of wood right now. We bought some from the trader for the loot that we found. Let me give me another piece of stack of scrap. There we go. Ah. There we go. Little 4x4 area here. I'm just going to slap down a couple of these guys right here. I'll put it some more over here. And we are going to be planting the wood seeds. We have 2 right now, so let's see if we can get a couple more from these bushes. Like I said, I personally like clearing the bushes out because they help the bad guys stay concealed when they attack you. It's harder to see the bad guys through them. All right, there we go. But all these big tall trees, I generally leave just because they look nice. And yes, if you want to, you can take them down and build with stuff and use them to fire your forges. It's just a personal preference here. That's all. Nothing more. Okay. There we go. So that's 6 of them. How many more we get? Oh, we got enough. All right. So right now we're just making that... We are using a lot of wood here, but, you know, it's a return on investment thing. We're going to be able to get wood all on our own here. I've noticed so far when I've had attacks, I generally try to attack my main building. I don't know if it's because it's located where the bed is, and if they're kind of focused in on the bed, that might be a possibility. But I've noticed that that's kind of where they tend to focus, is that main building. And let's grab a little bit more wood here. Grab ourselves something to drink. Eat one of those, and we'll take the rest of it with us. All right. So let's take a look here. There are a couple things that we should grab right away. The 2 things that we're going to be making right away is the fishnet, which is going to be the rope and the components, and our crossbow, which is scrap metal, components, and rope. So we should be able to grab all of these. Maybe not. We might need some more components. Let's grab... All right, so we can grab that. You know what? We will be able to research them all. We will not be able to craft them all, which, you know what? That's fine. We'll go for a swim. But I really want to be able to start catching seafood, or the fish more particular. Yeah, we need 1 more. So we are going to hop into our boat, and we're going to do some exploration. Now, since what we need this time is components, we kind of want to go to a place that is more focused on an industrial thing. And there is an area over here. It's kind of unknown. That's why it's, you know, given the name that it has. But it's, you know, it's sitting right here next to some power lines, which gives you a nice clue that, you know what, it's probably industrial-based stuff. So we're going to be swimming around through here. All right, so we don't need this flare. We're going to leave it there. That way we can come back and loot that again later on. There, leave that for later on. Okay. Now I'm going to go and park my boat on top of this big, long building. Okay. Here we go. Already we have 2 different toolkits, several things of scrap, so if you were to go to 2 locations in the beginning, I would say the unknown ruins here and the apartments are probably where you should focus your attention on. We could do the village. That's not too bad. The mansion isn't bad, but I think these 2 are kind of the best ones to hit in the beginning. They kind of give you the best sets of resources. Things like the village are much better for, you know what, we're gonna take those once we get our breath back. They're much better for, how should I put this, they have things like gun safes and different things like that, which you don't really need in the first day or so. Not gun safes per se, but these boxes that hold weapons and weapon parts. Let's go grab our boat and we will head over here a little bit further. All right, so we have enough to make that fishing. We have enough to make the fishing net, but more importantly, can I make crossbow? You know what? I think I can. Okay. All right. Let's go with the, gonna make a rope, make a crossbow. We're going to make a couple sets there. Excellent. All right. So we are now have a ranged weapon. And go cause some trouble. Check out this safe over here. Ooh, and there is the motorboat schematic. Usually I will find the motorboat schematics around these first couple of areas, but in the past it has taken me some time to find it, so we don't need to make it right now. We are okay without having the motorboat right at the beginning, but it will be nice as time goes on. It's basically a faster paddle boat. It's the best way to look at it. All right. Okay, so we can make the fishing nets right now as well. I'll always pick up red algae. One thing I'm going to do, where's my boat? There is a secret stash on this little set of ruins here. So we're going to head over that direction. I'm going to drop off my loot. Alright, the secret stash for this one is this little pipe that's right below our ship right now. So let's grab some more food and take a drink. It's this pipe right here, and so you have to follow it down. And try not to get stuck on stuff. Sometimes difficult. We're going to go all the way to the back, and we're going to use this guy. And look at that. We got our duck. Heck, we got everything. Look at that. I'm going to take it all. Now, if you wanted to, you could leave an item in there, and you could come back and get some later on. But since I'm only worried about my first 2 days in this game, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, we also got some black powder, so yeah, we're good to go. Actually, I think I'm hoping we have enough here. It's a component issue. We'll probably need a couple more components. My mind is trying to figure out if we have enough to do the next level of research bench. Probably not far off. Alright. We're going to head on out, but we're not going to go right back to base. We are going to head that direction. We're going to go over towards the mansion, because I want to go and kill a shark. Because if I get some shark skins and a couple more marlin skins, I can build a bigger backpack. Bigger backpack means more goodies. It's a really easy equation. There generally is a shark or two right out here by the mansion. There we go. What we're going to do here is we're going to stay right along the surface of the water. That way he's not bothering us. As long as we don't have that oxygen bar, you see the O2 bar up here? As long as we don't have that O2 bar appearing, he won't bother us, and we can shoot our weapon, which makes this much, much easier. There we go. Grab that. Gonna swim down here and grab some more healing supplies. Whenever I see red algae, I always go and get it. Alright, now we'll head back to base. Heading back to base because I can't remember the exact amount of marlin skins that I need, but they're right out here, right off of our base anyway, so it's not like it's a very big walk to go and find them. Alright. Upgrading. We need a couple more rubber and some components. That's enough in the way of rubber. Let's grab the components. I was like, I know I have components. That might actually not actually be enough. Nope, that's enough. Okay, upgrade. So now we have the tier 2 research bench. We're going to be making our backpack right here. We need one marlin fin. So we can just hit these guys as well, or I can do that whole swimming at the surface thing. I think we're just gonna beat the crap out of one of these marlins. We only need one of them. There we go. Well, I take that back. We're gonna need more of them because we first have to research it, and then we have to go and grab another shark and some more marlins, and we can actually build it. But research first. There we go. Backpack is now researched, so if we want to build it, which we do, we need 2 marlin fins and 1 more shark fin. We can go and grab those. All right, up next, let's look at the furnace. So we need some scrap metal, some rubber, and some wood. Grab our furnace. Can we slot you in somewhere? I need a little bit more rubber and a little bit more wood. We got the wood. Probably have a little bit of rubber on the boat, maybe? And don't have to be in the seat. I do have the rubber there. I'm just getting some stuff offloaded. Our duck friend. Eat that. Could use another box for these weapon supplies, but I'm going to just keep them right there for now. we'll make another box as we start to have some extra scrap lying around. Okay, we said we needed rubber, wood, and scrap. So there's the scrap. There is the rubber. Yes. Okay. Let's expand this out just a little bit. There we go. And we will put, just so we have some space to like move around, right? All right. Now, generally I run 2 at a time, but no reason to be, you know, picky, not picky, but greedy. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. But what we are going to do is we are going to go and pick ourselves a fight. Now, this might end poorly because we are not very well armored here. So we're just going to have to play this a little smart. But I need enough for a pickaxe. And there we go. Some more crossbow bolts. If we need it, we can always have this double as a melee weapon. Pickaxe, surprisingly good melee weapon. All right, so where we're going now, we're going to be headed back towards the trader, but we're going to be peeling off and going to this island to the right. These are both, the island to the right and the island to the left are both 2 islands that will have iron ore on them, a pretty decent amount. The island on the left of the trader over there also has some copper ore, so it's quite nice. But we're not making ammunition right now, so copper doesn't have much of a purpose. But iron, on the other hand, iron has uses. Already you can see there are a couple pieces of iron right off the beach here. This is the small rock island. You can tell because there are small rocks. And that is Filbert Island over there. Alright. Game loves headshots for killing things. That wasn't a headshot. Do as I say, not as I do. And we will have to be careful because we are playing on the hardest difficulty level. So if we get hit with an arrow or a bolt, it will hurt quite a bit. So we're going to do the you know, the kind of duck and weave. If you've ever played PUBG, you know this maneuver. There he is. Come on out of the tree so I can see you better, please. Jeez. They're hiding in the brush. Ow. That's another ranged dude over there. Ouch. Oh, I'm bleeding. And I don't have enough to make a... I don't have enough to make a bandage, so this might be ending quickly, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut our losses. Just move about a little bit. If we had hit all of our shots and not gone hit ourselves, we could have just stayed a little bit longer. But for right now, we're just going to move around. And then we're going to book it. Nope, we're going to book it. So we might die from the bleed. We might be able to get back home and build some bandages. I think we're going to faint before we get back home. I wasn't counting on the bleed. I probably should have just made a bandage before I left. It would have been smart, but Like I said, no one's ever accused me of being smart. Yep. There we go. We'll just hit random respawn. It'll put us in this general area that we are in. Like I said, I am doing this on the hardest difficulty level, so if you're doing it on anything under this, you shouldn't have much of an issue. There will be a lot less people on that island as well. Now, I have been debating with some people, or maybe debating's not the right word, discussing what triggers raids. And so far, we've kind of come to a consensus that this seems to be that you don't get raids until you get onto islands of the appropriate type. So it's like that place had, was that mutants? So since we went over there and we bothered the mutants, I can probably safely bet that the mutants are going to come and bother me sooner or later. Like I said, that's not set in stone. It's just something that I have noticed. More testing is needed before I definitively say that. But I've seen it enough that I kind of feel like I can say, you know, anecdotally or enough. There's enough, you know, evidence to probably say it. All right, let's harvest these bushes here. One thing that a lot of people try and do in the beginning is get a better hatchet to make things easier to like harvest. To be perfectly honest, it's not really needed. I generally wait until I can make iron stuff. All right, there we go. So we got enough seeds to replant 4 of the 6. Which isn't bad. You're not guaranteed a seed back. So, but overall, we will come out pretty well with those. There you go. Did we have any more seeds? No, that's fine. All right, we have our first piece of iron there. We're going to keep that going. All right, I am going to, just because I want to be able to see a little bit better, we are going to build ourselves a rope. And then I'm going to build myself could build a roof. Roofs are kind of buggy right now. So I'm going to instead build a metal floor as a ceiling. First, we'll have to put down a pillar. The pillar does not have to stay after the fact, so you can pick the pillar back up and get some of your resources back. All right, keep that going. And now I'm going to build a hanging lamp. These work really nice. They do hang quite low on ceilings, so it's best to put them like over your benches, you know, where they're not that big of an issue. There you go. And if I wanted to, like I said, I can now pull that and I'll get a little bit of scrap back, so it's not needed. Also, a support pillar will support anything that's touching it. So say if I wanted to build a ceiling over these 4 tiles, I could, you know, build one here, or I could build one here. Conversely, I can just build one right in the middle. So one pillar can support 4 tiles around it. So you don't have to waste resources. Okay. So there we go. We now have our anvil. Need 2 more. Oops. Didn't put stuff in there. That's fine. But by the time the sun arises, we should have a pretty good base set up here. Let's build out a little bit more, maybe. Now I'm going to need all that scrap metal for my anvil. There we go. We could go trade for some stuff. I don't know if she will have new items yet. It takes her a while to reset. I don't think it's a daily thing. I can't tell you offhand how often she resets. But I go over to her fairly often. She'll have new stuff. Value 50, 50, 50. Nope, 50, 50, 100. Okay. While that's going, let's do the important things. Put the guitar out over the door. Yeah. Obviously, we gotta take care of the important stuff, right? Okay, build. We will build our anvil. Just so this kind of looks interesting, you know, we have... Oh, he's kind of hanging over the edge, but oh well. I'm gonna put one of these forges on either side, or furnaces, I guess they are, and just in the middle, just to make things look a little bit cooler, we'll put our anvil here. And so the next thing I'm going to be building is this iron axe. Unfortunately, I don't have enough scrap for it, so we won't technically have it for the next day. Unless I have some scrap on the boat. Did I have anything left on the boat? No. Okay. Having to tear down those 2 walls kind of cost me in this demonstration, but generally I have enough to get my axe up and running so I can, you know, have something to smack people with a little bit easier. Alright, what else can we research? Could get some percussion pistols up. But yes, we can get all this stuff up. Some good armor. And what? Let's do that. We'll do some armor stuff. I could have gotten one more marlin fish skin. You know what? I'm not gonna get that cold. Oh, I got juked. Come. Hey, where are you going? Come back. Oh. Alright, grab you. Oh. Oxygen. Need the oxygen. There we go. And we'll get back to shore before I'm a complete popsicle. Oh, you know what? I also... No, I can't. That's fine. Resources just didn't give me enough to be able to build the fish nets. That's fine. Alright, so let's build the... We will research the combat armor. And so now, starting the second day, we're in a position where we can build a nice melee weapon. I tend to go for the axe just because it's really nice for, you know, breaking stuff down, chopping stuff up. Wonderful for that. And also, a lot of these melee weapons, the bad guys are going to be dropping, so you can get those from them. But we are in a position where we can build some armor for ourselves. We need 3 iron helmets. Need to go get some more marlin fins. Sorry, marlin skins. But yeah. Dawn is arising. We're ready to go on the 3rd day. We've researched our 2nd tier research bench here. We've already gotten all of our cooking stuff up and running. We have our water already set to go. Our furnace is already making pieces of iron. And we are getting ready to craft our first iron helmet. And all we have to do is go grab some more marlins. We also researched our backpack. So if we get, so this is 2 marlin fish skins. We need 1 for the armor item, or 2 more for here. So we find 3 more marlin fish and another shark. We can have a full set of decent armor. It's not great, but it'll just handle you in this early time period, definitely. There we go. Grab ourselves an iron helmet. Wonderful. And yeah, we're pretty good to go. All right, guys. So that was the first 2 days in the game. Start off on the first day, and here we are, 3rd day. Sun's coming up, and we are in a really good spot. We're already processing iron ore. We've already done some upgrades on our research bench. We have upgrades to our swimming speed and our armor and our carrying capacity. So we're in a wonderful spot. Our garden's already up and going with supplies. So yeah, you can do all this stuff pretty easily in those first 2 days. And then after that, you kind of can chill a little bit more. It's like, let's start some exploration. You know, do we want to go to this island or do we want to go to that island? You know, a lot of times on the 3rd day, I will go and I will raid. Oops, sorry, hit the mic. I will go and I will raid that mutant area over there because it's an easy grab and they have a lot of resources. So yeah, first 2 days, just kind of focus on resources that will help you, benefit you, and kind of accelerate you into the mid game, I guess you would say, a little bit quicker. So, all right, if you have any questions about what I have done here or thoughts about how to improve it, please leave those down below in the comments. If this was helpful, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. This is the first time for this series that I've kind of done an instructional playthrough. If you would like to see more of this, I will keep this save around, and maybe we can do, day 3 and 4, day 5 and 6, and go on through stuff. Like I said, this is on hard mode, or the hardest mode, so the things that I'm doing here should work for anybody. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and as you are out there gathering your resources and smelting your iron and doing all that fancy stuff, remember to bring it no matter what you do. See you later. Bye-bye.